Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mancilla. I wanted to come briefly to express a few thoughts and ideas. A little bit too much. I'm trying to keep it straight. I wanted to come back to a few things to explain a little, to go a little bit more in depth on the relationship to some of the things I said in my last video yesterday. The first thing is to choose between drama and peace. We cannot be in peace and joy and serenity, harmony, and choose to be involved in drama, in conflict, in ego, perception, so to speak. So it is very important to make that choice, to make that priority, to joy and happiness, to your peace of mind is more important than to dominate situation or to be right in any situation. And the best example in relationship to that is the mainstream media. The mainstream media has been feeding on negative energy, feeding the world into negative energy, like anything that's been perverse or dark or any kind of suffering that they find in the world, they feel, well, everybody's got to know about it, when actually those things are just karmic situations that were created by those souls to learn certain experiences, but is really none of anybody else's business. And the media should be empowering people, bringing light in information rather than keeping them under frequency control as but those things will change. Many journalists will sense the necessity to express themselves beyond the orders that they've been received, and so there will be much light that will be coming in through the media, more and more. I also wanted to speak about the dreams and desires. For a lot of them, sometimes we dream and desire things. We don't know how could we bring that into our experience. We got to understand that if our soul created those desires, it's because we have the means by which to achieve them. Otherwise, desire could not be created. As creator, we only create those things that are within reach. Although sometimes there may be means by which the universe can bring those things into our life that is beyond our ability to think. So we have to trust and allow this to happen with grace and ease. I was talking also about the flow, the flow in duality. The sea is really flat. There isn't really that much. Sometimes there is storms and we are bounce back. Sometimes we take a dip and drink some water. But in essence, in oneness, it is more like a calm sea, and then we see the wave coming, and we use those waves. And so we will learn to use those waves to elevate ourselves, to be. It is important every day to go inside, to seek out the spiritual food, to turn to the Creator inside, or to the Masters, to the Archangels, to allow them to help you, to assist you in giving your spiritual food each and every day. You will turn in towards your inner self. And I was talking about this flow where we have to surrender, to let go and let God, and in many sense, this historically it was already explained by the philosopher Spinoza when he talks about the exile of ignorance. It is really what he's talking about. To find serene joy and happiness, you have to let go of all beliefs. An example of flow that's very powerful is the experience of orgasm. When there is an orgasm, there is no more mental process, and there is a pure alignment of flow. And in many sense, ascension means life becomes like you live inside a permanent orgasm, not like a physical orgasm that depletes you, but like a self-generated energy that brings you into like the Buddha is always in this ecstatic state. And so in magic science, when at the time of orgasm, you bring that thought you want to manifest, and then you release it into the universe at the time of this alignment, and then it accelerates the process of manifestation. There are two very powerful words that you want to use that are can be very empowering, but can be also disempowering if we're not aware. Is the word I am. The word I am, if you say I am sad, I am this, I am that, or everything you qualify as I am will become. So it is good to repeat to yourself, I am light, I am love, I am wisdom, I am strength, I am happiness, I am joy, I am all those things. The more you repeat that to yourself, the more your cell will get this energy, this consciousness. The more you believe it, the more it becomes real, and then we find those things that we are invoking for. Invocation is very, very powerful. We have to understand that light is order and darkness is disorder. As soon as we move into the light, we find divine order. The whole universe it looks like it is evolving, but in truth it's always been perfect. It is perfect, and it will always be perfect. It is just there is this higher model of universe that's the original model. It is the infinite perfection of the divine universe. But in a sense, when we we move through the path of evolution, we leave that consciousness, but understand it's always been there, will always be there. Whenever we are ready to reconnect to that part of the self, to these higher energies, we tune in, our frequency will slowly be attuned and aligned to those pulsations that comes from the spiritual universe. We become more attuned to the inner plane and understand the facade of the world, and all of this in the facade is always changing, but inside there is great stability and eternal strength, purity, eternal perfection that exists within the inner planes of consciousness. So always seek it within yourself. Or sometimes I speak about things, I'm trying to transcribe a collective sentiment of those things I think that needs to be achieved. Yet as a mystic I understand that there is infinite perfection. Everything is perfect at every moment. There is nothing that needs to be changed. And you know, in that instance I didn't mean to when I say, well, the art world is there is a lot of things that the cultivation of bad taste, and maybe not in this video but in French video I was like saying, well, there is a bit of the culture of death that's been very, very prominent in the art world. Yet I love the art world, I love the museums, and what I miss the most being exiled in this small town in France is not to live in, I've lived a long time in New York, LA, Paris, big cities, and there is a great cultural offer with the ability to see so many things, and I miss that. So I'm going to try to realign myself into the position where I will be able to be more attuned and in touch with all those so I can be more present in those cities, so that I can participate more. A concept that is quite good is to wake up every day to know that today is the best day of your life. There's never been a better day today. Today is the best day of your life. If you can live that the whole day with that understanding, tomorrow will be even better, and every day has to be the best day of your life. I remember when I was a child, there was I saw an interview on TV of this I think it was it's an actor, I think he's an Egyptian actor named Omar Sharif, and what he said really touched me. I mean, as a child I wasn't into spiritual things, but he said, well, every day I wake up with the idea that I'm going to make $1 million or fall madly in love with a beautiful woman, and I thought that was quite wise to program yourself every day for those things that you seek, and so I always thought that today that it is good to ask the universe to prepare yourself for what you're asking for. In essence, there is a great deal of acceleration of energy. All our cells are being accelerated, everything, time, space. Time is becoming eventually will disappear within the 0 point. It will be absorbed within the now, but for now it is going faster and faster and faster, and then the veil within space are falling. So it is important to understand that our body is made of cells that are all working on different frequency, but they all most of them are working below the speed of light, and as we accelerate our frequency, our physical cell will eventually accelerate to the point of fusion within the light and go beyond even the speed of light, at which point the light body will activate, will come to super light, and will access this kundalini. The kundalini will activate, will create the adrenaline necessary to activate the light body. First time I saw my light body was I saw my light body and the kundalini is two different things, but the first time I saw the kundalini was quite impressive. It was this huge snake that appeared before me and faced me. It was quite amazing. It wasn't really it's something you do not want to force or there is ways to activate the light body, but I do not recommend it. It's better to go to allow it to happen naturally when it is the proper time. So I hope this message was interesting for you. The card of the day is love. Love, deep intimacy, the ability of sharing love. Love is wonderful. Love is the glue of the universe. Everything is glued by the love of God, but we want more of it. There is no limit in relationship to how much love we want. We want to be overwhelmed by love. We want to dive deep into love. We want to live our life within this love, and for that love to grow each and every day. So continue to cultivate that connection. Share your love. And I'm going to finish with a little song. It's a song by music by Jacques Brel, and the words were written by Rod McEwen. It's an English version. It's a song I already sang, but it's very romantic, very beautiful. So I sing it again. It goes like this: If you go away on this summer day, then you might as well take the sun away. All the birds that flew in the summer sky, when our love was new and our hearts were high. If you go away, if you go away, if you go away. But if you stay, I'll make you a day like no day has been or will be again. We'll sail the sun, we'll ride on the rain, we'll talk to the trees and fly with the wind. But if you go away, when I love you so, there'll be nothing left in this world, you know. Just an empty room full of empty space, like the empty look I see on your face. If you go away, if you go away, if you go away. But if you stay, I'll make you a day like no day has been or will be again. We'll sail the sun, we'll ride on the rain, we'll talk to the trees and fly with the wind. But if you go away, if you go away, please don't go away. Well, thank you very much for everything, for sharing, for liking, for subscribing. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.